Well, I have to tell you, he's a great person to work with.
There you go. Hey, see? Suck up, do it. This is great. I want to thank Congressman Reed, too, and I want to thank Saeed, who's done a great job for us in really taking a leadership role in the manufacturing caucus. And what I like about this particular hearing is we're talking about STEM and STEM education in K through 12. Is that we've also included the Maker Caucus here, which I think is going to be of huge benefit to all of us, because we have a generation of young people, and they say the millennials will have 35 different jobs, maybe more, in the course of their lifetime. And a lot of that is going to be entrepreneurship, creating, making, in a variety of different ways across the spectrum. And the best way that I think we can juice up our economy, and there's a lot of different ways to do it, but getting these young kids passing through K through 12 is to really engage them early on with the idea that they're going to be entrepreneurs, they're going to be makers, they're going to create this new economy that I think in 10 or 15 years we probably won't even recognize, because things are moving that quickly. But it means investments into these programs in our schools, and I'm a huge advocate of making sure we get 3D printers in every school in America, that kids can access this kind of technology so that they can learn at a very young age how to make it work for them. And so I will be sponsoring a piece of legislation that will create a grant program at the National Science Foundation to help local school districts be able to promote these kind of programs in their schools, and again, try to really juice this up. And just as a side note, a couple weeks ago, many years ago, back when we had earmarks, the big E word that we're not allowed to talk about anymore, but
the other E.
I still talk about. We were able to help out some schools locally in my community start robotics programs and get teachers engaged and partner with, local private sector companies. And in one of the schools in Girard, Ohio, made it to the national first competition for the first time ever, where we had that school was able to do it, and they beat the national champion. And I played football and basketball growing up, so it was like the big thing in Northeast Ohio is play football. And I think if we're going to juice the economy up, the big thing in Northeast Ohio needs to be participating in these FIRST robotics competitions and others around the country. And to see this school and these kids, they get like 99% of the kids go to college, go to the military, go to trade school. They leave high school and do positive things because they've learned how to work in teams. They were able to compete. They were talking to me about how nervous they got when they made it into the next round, and I said, "Are you nervous?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, I was really nervous, and we had to figure out what we were going to do." And it's that kind of competition that allows you to grow and get better and compete, and that's what we need. And we need young people who want to compete. So this is about learning what we're doing now, what we can potentially do in the future, and hopefully convince Congress to make investments not just in the National Science Foundation, but to the other programs that are going to help our local schools. So with that, I want to thank our panel, and we look forward to hearing your testimony. And Saeed, thanks again for doing such a great job. Appreciate it.